Back at East Bay, we're ready to roll in Brownstown Speedway Heat Race number 1. The Indiana Icebreaker is coming to Brownstown Speedway on March 26th. For more information, visit them on the web at brownstownspeedway.com.
58 entries here this afternoon, Matt. Once again, this is the makeup for Thursday night, so it's 40 laps. 40 laps will be the A main tonight or this afternoon. $10,000 to win. Our heat races, 10 laps. Top 3 advance to the feature event. Here is the lineup, your pole sitter in Brownstown Speedway. Heat race number 1 out of Laurel, Delaware in the Dale Beitler number 19, Austin Hubbard. Outside of him in the 0 out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, Scott Bloomquist.
On the inside of row number 2, a driver who's made 3 out of 4 shows at East Bay this week. Batesville, Arkansas's Kid Smooth, Billy Moyer Jr. in the 21JR machine. And his outside last night's feature winner out of Dunville, Kentucky, Brad Need in the 41.
Third row back on the inside as you see the cars taking a mini hot lap session around the racetrack right now. Third row back inside out of Marshfield, Wisconsin in the 9T. That is Tim Eisenberg, and on the outside of him in the 44, EPJ Earl Pearson Jr.
Back in row number 4 on the inside, it'll be Campbellsville, Kentucky's Justin Ratliff, the Rattler in car number 16. It is outside West Virginia driver Dwayne Harbaugh in car number 87. And then in row number 6 on the inside, it'll be the 74 of Illinois' Russ Adams.
So 9 cars slated to go 10 laps. Again, the top three advance to the A main. Again, in Brownstown Speedway Heat Race number 1, track prep has been done. And boy, she looks good out there right now. Matt, looks very, very good. We'll see if it's able to hold up here this afternoon, bearing in mind we do have another complete show coming up here this evening.
We are ready for the second half of what we're calling the double-double here at East Bay Raceway Park. We ran 2 shows yesterday. We're running 2 complete shows again today. And you're watching our the first show that we'll be showing to you live here on ModFury.com, presented by New Vision Graphics.
Green flag going to wave this time by. Again, Austin Hubbard on the pole, Scott Bloomquist on the outside. 10 laps, 3 to the A main. Here we go.
Hubbard sliding up in front of Bloomquist down into turns 1 and 2. The Mooresburg, Tennessee driver tries to scoot back underneath him. It is Hubbard with a slight advantage as we come down to complete lap number 1.
Boy, that track looks good right now, Matt. Let's see if it's able to hold up. Still side by side for the lead. Great camera work right there. Look at the guys really throwing those cars into the corners. Hubbard on the outside, Bloomquist on the inside for the lead.
This might be the farthest sideways we've been seeing these guys crank the cars this week. Here comes Bloomquist down to the inside, slides up in front of turn number 4, and the Dirt Track's Dominator goes to the front with 2 laps complete. Back comes Hubbard down low.
Boy, we have not seen anything like this all week long, and it is right in the middle of the afternoon. Couple cars coming together over in turn number 2, and that's going to put us under caution, Matt. It looks like the 44 of Earl Pearson Jr. is one of the cars involved. The other, the 16 of Justin Ratliff.
Wow, the miserable week of Earl Pearson Jr. continues. DJ, ever since they unloaded that car on Sunday, it's just been all kinds of tough luck for the Bobby Labonte Motorsports team. And looks like it's going to continue on here Saturday afternoon as Pearson and Ratliff come together with 2 laps complete.
I believe there are 2 laps down, 8 laps remaining. Unofficially, Scott Bloomquist is your race leader. But again, if they go back to the last fully completed lap, I don't know. It could be Austin Hubbard. We'll have to wait and see. But again, Bloomquist and Hubbard running first and second right now. And third spot looks to be the 41 of Brad Neat. Worth noting that Brad Neat, after smoke coming out of the what we kind of like to call the Longhorn Hybrid car. It's an old, long story made short, it's an old Masters built. They bought off B&B Motorsports that they have basically taken apart and kind of rebuilt in a way to kind of make their own car down there.
Customized, if you will.
Yes, without a doubt. Very much customized. That car was smoking in hot laps. Brad pulls out the brand new Longhorn out there right now. He currently sits in the third spot. 2 down, 8 to go, Matt. We're back underway.
Scott Bloomquist won the first event of the week here at East Bay Raceway Park, and he's leading Brownstown Speedway Heat Race number 1. Hubbard and Neat run second and third. Right now, the man on the outside looking in is Billy Moyer Jr. running back in the 4th spot.
Bloomquist washes up the racetrack, coming out the 4th corner, and momentarily opened up the door for Austin Hubbard. I tell you what, the kid's got a fast hot rod. He's going to pull underneath Bloomquist now in 1 and 2. Good racing here at East Bay this afternoon.
Great racing at East Bay this afternoon as Austin Hubbard slides up in front of Bloomquist in turns 3 and 4. The Dirt Track's Dominator battles back to the inside. Fantastic racing action in the Sunshine State of Florida.
Without a doubt, the best heat races we have seen all week here at East Bay Raceway Park. They're still door-to-door for the lead. Yang on the inside, Hubbard on the outside. They make contact in 3 and 4. Put Bloomquist on the point.
Scott Bloomquist muscle muscling his way to the front as the cross flags go in the air. Hubbard battles back to the inside. They bang doors. Bloomquist spins in turn number 2. Neat gets by. Bloomquist hangs on. Now spins that car into the infield. Caution flag coming out. DJ, look at the crowd on the front straightaway cheering for either the racing or maybe they're not Scott Bloomquist fans, but the crowd coming to life, the racing coming to life. Action all over the place in Brownstown Speedway heat race number 1.
Well, momentarily that entire crowd was on its feet. Great racing out there between the 19 of Austin Hubbard and the 0 of Scott Bloomquist. Now, this is the East Bay Raceway Park that we have come to expect, the East Bay that we have come to know and love for the last several years down here. Just an absolutely outstanding battle up front for the lead in this first heat race. The end result, the 0 car goes around in turn number 2. Here's a look at it again on the motorstats.com instant replay.
These guys were throwing some hard slide jobs back and forth, passing with authority. And there you see Bloomquist banging doors with Hubbard as he went by that time. And now we're looking live, so we'll see if we can get back and take a second look at the incident. But there you see Bloomquist rejoining the tail end of the field. He could be fun to watch trying to move his way back to the front.
No doubt. And our producers, Barry Braun, Sean Buckley, working real hard to try to get that replay for us. Bearing in mind, though, as well, they're going back to green flag racing this lap. So it may be something, Matt, that we have to put in the vault and show fans here a little bit later on. Unofficially, we're at the halfway point with 5 laps down and 5 laps to go. Your race leader is the 19 of Austin Hubbard. Last night's winner, Brad Neat, sits in second. Kid Smooth, Billy Moyer Jr. in third and on the bubble. Tim Eisenberg now fourth, and Dwayne Harbaugh rounds out the top 5.
Good run by the West Virginia driver up into the top 5 as the green flag waves halfway home. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go, and Hubbard wastes no time jumping out to a 3-car length advantage. That 19 Beitler ride is very fast, DJ.
Hubbard's got a good hot rod underneath of him here this afternoon, and we'll see if that likable driver is able to pull off the win. Look at him quickly pull away from the 41 of Brad Neat, but a yellow flag falls on the speedway. Dwayne Harbaugh, the Hedgesville, West Virginia driver, has spun to a stop in turns 3 and 4, and that'll put us under yellow again here in Brownstown Speedway heatrace.com. Heat race number 1. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
BrownstownSpeedway.com is where you go to get information about Brownstown Speedway, and we just heard an earlier interview from Tim Keatley, the promoter there at the quarter-mile track of the Jackson County Fairgrounds located in Brownstown, Indiana.
Yeah, we've talked about the Indiana Icebreaker coming up on March 26th. Always one of my favorite races of the year. Always love getting back to Brownstown, the covered grandstands, the history, the great racing service. It's always just a fun place to go to, and if you've never been to Brownstown Speedway, highly recommended.
There's a look at the 0 of Scott Bloomquist and the 44 of Earl Pearson Jr., both now well back in the back of the pack as Austin Hubbard leads this one. Brad Neat sits in the second spot. It's still Billy Moyer Jr. in third. Fourth position on the outside looking in, the white 9T there of Tim Eisenberg, or at least when it was out there for hot laps, white on one side, got the old doors with the wrap on it on the passenger side. Fifth spot, Justin Ratliff. Sixth is Earl Pearson. Seventh is Scott Bloomquist. Eighth spot right now, I believe, Matt, belongs to the 74 of Russ Adams, and rounding out the field is your caution car, the 87 of Dwayne Harbaugh.
DJ, you have a combined 6 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championships running outside the top 5 in a heat race. There's something you don't see every day.
No doubt about that. 6 laps down, Matt. 4 laps remaining here in Brownstown Speedway. Heat race number 1. Green flag is back out, and we're back underway.
And just like the last time, Austin Hubbard gets a good restart. He jumped in front by about 2 car lengths, though Brad Neat battles back on the inside, and behind them, they're going 3 wide for the final transfer position.
Tim Eisenberg on the inside, Billy Moyer Jr. in the middle, Justin Ratliff riding the rim around the 1/3 mile clay by the bay, and momentarily Eisenberg has the 3rd spot.
Give it to Tim Eisenberg by about half a car length in turns 1 and 2. He was very impressive here at East Bay 1 year ago. As they come down to the line, they'll see the 2 to go signal, wheel to wheel for the final transfer position.
Don't look now, but there's a 5-car battle for the final transfer spot, and Black Sunshine is thinking about raining on this parade as Scott Bloomquist is slowly starting to work his way back up into the battle. He'll pull alongside fellow Team Zero driver Justin Ratliff. They go door to door, but Matt, there's only 1 lap to go.
White flag in the air, 1 more lap at Brownstown Speedway heat race number 1. This is the battle for the final transfer position. Tim Eisenberg down low, Billy Moyer Jr. up on the high side. Give it to Kid Smooth with half a lap remaining. It is going to be your race leader, Austin Hubbard, taking the win off of turn number 4. Brad Neat across the line in second. And Kid Smooth, Billy Moyer Jr., will make his that fourth out of 5 races run so far this week. Great run for him. Tim Eisenberg across the line in 4th. And rounding out the top 5 was the 16 of Justin Ratliff.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Just real quickly, just so fans out there watching get a full field rundown, it was Scott Bloomquist finishing in 6th, Earl Pearson 7th, Dwayne Harbaugh 8th, and Russ Adams in 9th. But here's a look back at the motorstats.com instant replay. There's a start of the race with Austin Hubbard winning that drag race. Down into turns 1 and 2. Look at the guys just caulking those cars sideways, setting them up for the corners. As you mentioned earlier, that's not something we have seen all week long.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of, smooth driving kind of showcased out there this week, but these guys really just letting her eat and cranking it sideways in the sunshine here today. And we've talked about it in the past. The day races at East Bay have been pretty good, and if this is what's in store for us this afternoon, we're in for some great racing.
Here's a look again. Austin Hubbard getting back into Scott Bloomquist. It looks like from that angle going down into turns 1 and 2. Bloomquist then sliding around, and you'll see him just lose the tail of that car coming off the corner right here, and that'll put the caution flag out, or did put the caution flag out, rather. Brad Neat taking evasive action right there to keep from avoiding hitting the spinning zero of Scott Bloom.